welcome back to Knowledge Me, Cam from Cam's Cobb, and welcome back to another daily Chelsea transfer news video. But today I'll be going in depth in Moise Caicedo, Lavia, Kepa, and all things Chelsea. So if you're new, I'm Cam from Cam's Cobb, and I do daily Chelsea transfer news videos. It's hotting up with Caicedo and everything Chelsea. So if you want to stay up to date, like, subscribe, turn on the bell, all that jazz. But without further ado, let's get in the first story. Now, starting off with Caicedo, and the deal is getting closer and closer every day. I can smell it. That's because mainly Brighton have lowered their asking price. It's around the £90 million thanks to the very good work of Caicedo of missing training and forcing a transfer move. But without further ado, I'm going to Fabrizio Romeo, who has said, Liverpool and Bayern have contacted Brighton about Caicedo. Brighton will accept the highest bid. Chelsea are on it. Feeling of other clubs that Chelsea remain ahead are looking at Caicedo. This being Chelsea, Bayern and Liverpool. Very interesting about Liverpool because I'll be talking about Liverpool and Lavia later. But Chelsea, of course, still are the front runners. We've been the front runners for many months now, and Caicedo has his heart set on Chelsea, so it'd be very hard for this deal to collapse, unlike the Lavia deal I'll be talking about later. But, of course, the story from Jacob Steinberg, which backs this up by saying, despite Liverpool interest, Caicedo wants to join Chelsea. And this is very good news for Chelsea fans because our last story said that, Brighton would just accept the highest offer. But I just think Brighton are playing chess. They're saying all this now. They've gone from a stance saying he's injured and not for sale to 3 clubs want him. It's just bartering tools to try and get as much money as possible. But we know, thanks to the work of Moise Caicedo, as I said, the £200 million mark will be enough. It's not going to be the Declan Rice money that we thought it was going to be, which is very good. But Chelsea will hopefully soon get their DM of choice and maybe another one. But again, I'll be talking about later. Hopefully before we play Liverpool, but I think that's very unlikely now. But we'll be playing another DM in that game, which I'll be talking about later. But yeah, Caicedo looks to be very close, and Fabrizio Romeo is saying that it's coming to an end of a saga. 2 months long saga. I've been covering on Cam's Cobb, so you know how long it's been for me. But on to the next story. And coming out the blue last night, once again from Fabrizio Romeo saying Chelsea have submitted formal bid to Southampton for Romeo Lavia worth £48 million fee. Negotiations ongoing between club as Liverpool last proposal was worth £45 million rejected. And since then, Jacobs Ben has said Southampton rejects Lavia bid of Chelsea of £48 million. They want 50 plus. Unclear if Chelsea go higher. Focus on Caicedo. So, from yesterday, with the Caicedo deal a bit up in the air, we've just added Lavia to our midfield. Wouldn't it be great if not only are we strengthening our midfield, we can have a midfield 3, but we are weakening a Premier League rival in Liverpool. Of course, they've signed Szoboszlai and McAllister, so there's thoughts that they don't have enough money to be getting to the 50 plus that Chelsea have. As much as people can hate on Chelsea, and as much as we don't perform on the pitch, you got to say off the pitch, Chelsea right now in the transfer window are being goats. But yeah, very interesting. Of course, it's a bit different to Caicedo because Lavia has been set on Liverpool, but there's been links with Chelsea this whole window. I think about a month and a half ago I was talking about Lavia. In January I was talking about Lavia, and a year ago today, on transfer deadline day, we did put on a bid for Lavia. So the interest has been there for a long time, don't you worry about that. It's whether he will, throw his links to Liverpool in the bin and come to Chelsea. Well, we've seen it with Mudryk, Arsenal and Chelsea, so I've seen things like this happen, but very exciting times at Chelsea. Will we be going into the Premier League with Lavia and Caicedo, just Caicedo, or even more? On to the next story. And to a signing we've actually made. I've been talking about this story last week and it looked like it was going to be done, but without further ado, Fabrizio Romeo said, Tyler Adams to Chelsea, here we go. The relegation clause worth 20 million has been activated today. Agreement reached with players agent in London over personal terms and now medical tests to follow after 10 days negotiation. Deal done now. Well, that's a lot nicer, isn't it? 10 days and he's a Chelsea player. Other stories following up by saying he had his medical last night. There was stories to say he was a bit injured, however that's false. He could even start against Liverpool on the weekend if the Caicedo and Lavia deals aren't done. What's interesting is that, no team will have Lavia if it's Chelsea or Liverpool, because we are playing Liverpool on Sunday. But yeah, very good signing, £20 million, probably very nice and cheap. Tyler Adams' skill is winning the ball back and passing it on, freeing up Enzo. I think in his number 8 role, he's going to really progress this year and hopefully help more on the attacking side. We know what he can do defensively, but his passing stats don't lie. Him and Caicedo and Rodri are the top 3 highest percentage completing rate for passes. So if we had him in the middle mopping it up, that would help us a lot. But yeah, very good story. We've actually signed a new American league. On to the next story. And in more good news, it's about Kepa leaving, and that is breaking. Bayern Munich are in advanced talks with Chelsea over Kepa, and this is following the story yesterday of a loan deal to Bayern Munich, fronted by Bayern Munich coach Thomas Tuchel. But it's got more interesting as of today, because yesterday, or maybe today, Thibaut Courtois has broken his ACL. So Nizla Cancelo says Real Madrid are now weighing up similar loan to buy options as Bayern Munich for Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now, this is where I have issues with this deal. A loan deal. Do we need that? Salinia has left on loan, so we only have 2 keepers. If Kepa was to leave again, it would just be Robert Sanchez on his ones. The loan deal I don't like, because Chelsea, they're losing a keeper and not getting any money back for it. I'd be happy to sell him for about 20-25 million so we could buy a replacement backup to our backup Sanchez if you're following. But yeah, not happy about the loan. I'm happy about if there was a loan and obligation to buy, but not an option, because realistically Real Madrid would just use Kepa for a year and then send him back, hopefully with more confidence, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That's been me, Cam from Cam's Cobbin. Chelsea transfer is hotting up as we approach the end of the window and the start of the season. So if you want to keep up to date, like and subscribe. I just want to say thank you for the support on last video. It's been my most viewed video, so if we can keep the ball rolling, that would be great. Thanks to Chelsea for actually providing me with stories like this, keeping you updated. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for more Chelsea transfer news. See you then.